impacts from that, and you think that we will fare better, worse, or about the same as this year?
I think the major impact will be on labor, because if we, for instance, Charlie, if we have to shut down again, people will be furloughed and laid off, and I suspect if that happens, if things get shut down all over, the government will have another program where people, quite frankly, can make more money being laid off than they could if they work here. And so I think labor is the biggest impact we have, and then obviously amenity fees. And what we'd have to do is, as I said earlier, we've got that cash of $3 million at the end of this year, I hope, and we would use that cash to try to get us through those low periods. And quite frankly, the senior management team here, they know how to cut their costs, and on a operation that is down, and we'll do that again. I have total faith that if this thing happens again, that we'll manage our way through it. Okay. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Barbara Nelson. When you're talking about these lots that we're not collecting from, and obviously a lot of them, they're just being lot collections, what plans do we have to develop the roads? I know you've got a portion in there for the streets, but there's a lot of this area that are fairly close to roads and utilities now, that if you would develop those, that would allow more home building and higher, as well as collecting some of this, where right now the people are turning some of these lots in, I'm sure, because they can't get to them after all these years.
Right.
Are you trading in lots for people that you can't get to and you're ready to build? And if so, then we're getting another unsellable lot. It seems like we need to, especially while we've got cut cost on some of this other stuff, these are out in the middle of no place. Even with COVID, I would think we could be developing and opening up areas for increased revenue.
Yeah, there's actually two things going on. We created a crew in the sewer department to actually pick some areas where we would extend sewer lines, which we think then will have some of the builders and developers here take a look at actually building in there, since they would have road and sewer. The other thing is we're working with one of the local builders and developing an area down south near Dorchester, and we are going to sell him some lots. He's bought some lots from individuals. So there is some activity to build some additional subdivision areas and use up some of those lots. In fact, I believe the developer bought lots from the county, he bought lots from us, and he bought lots from individuals to develop this subdivision down near Dorchester. And again, Bruce has got a crew now to where we're going to run some sewer lines in some areas where we believe people will want to build, and to your point, trying to get those lots sold and built on.
But are there streets there, or are they just dirt?
Now we're going to put sewer lines where there are streets, so that becomes an A lot and people will want to build on it.
And is that street fund that you have in your, how much of that is allowed?
That $650,000 is actually for paving current streets that we have. We do not build roads. The county doesn't build roads. When a new subdivision goes in, it is up to the developer or the builder to put a road in, and then we maintain it.
The one Bruce mentioned earlier about someone coming in to do something down by Dorchester, that person will be putting in the roads.
Right.
Well, so these unaccessible lots are going to just continue to remain inaccessible. I mean, some of them haven't even been cleared from when we had the weeks of where they all went down because of the frost and that. No one's going to buy a lot in the middle. I mean, we've stymied all of that, and yet you're forcing the people that, okay, I'm going to start a subdivision, but they have all that added expense on there. I mean, there's some of these that are really close, and by opening them up, if you did your long-range study on the revenue versus the expense, I'm sure that it could be really close to a break-even if you would study
Yeah, we're not a developer, and I don't think we want to be a developer.
You own a lot of lots,
We do.
and so you are a landowner.
We are.
And that, every time we sell another lot and put a home on it, it introduces someone here permanently that brings in a lot of amenity revenues
Yep.
and use of things that we are spending a lot of money on.
Yeah, and quite honestly, the new home sales are going to be right at, probably, it was right at 100 homes last year, I think, and it'll be near 100 homes this year.
They're up for never.
Yeah, and so, but again, I don't think we need to be in a development area. This thing we're doing with the sewer department is a stretch for us to go ahead and put in sewer lines where right now there are no homes and there's no interest. And our hope is that we will get builders and developers interested now because then there was sewer available. And in fact, like I said, the one down by Dorchester, that was part of that. He bought lots from us, bought them from the county, bought them from individuals, and is going to develop that whole area.
Water, when you're putting sewer, you put both in water and sewer.
Well, we don't put water in, Crab Orchard puts water in.
Okay, are they putting water in with your land?
If a subdivision gets built, they are required to run water, yes.
But at the time you put sewer in,
Well, no, we don't do that, so we don't do the water, we do the sewer.
approach Crab Orchard and say, here's the area we're gonna go to with sewer, about them laying their lines at the same time, which is probably take that money.
Well, if we put the sewer in, a builder comes in and says, I want to build a house, Crab Orchard will run the water line. That's not an issue. You don't have to put the water line in. If the builder comes in and says, I'm going to build a home there, they'll put the water line in. They're required to do it. Any other questions? Okay, well, this slideshow and the video will be on the website. Ask all of your folks to go take a look at it now. Before you leave, one comment is, this is a proposed board budget. What we're looking for is input. Between now and December 9th, send us your suggestions, send your input if you have any. And then in December 9th, the board will meet in executive session, review the input, and make any adjustments we deem appropriate. And then on December 10th, we will actually vote and finalize the budget. So you've got an opportunity over the next several weeks to give input. I'll tell you now, last year I stood here and made that same request. Do you know how many emails, want to venture how many emails I got? 4. One individual said, great job. One individual just had a question, and I answered him. He said, thank you. One individual said, I think they said they had a question, and the other one wasn't happy with the dues increase. And that was it. Had 4. So I encourage you to give us input, and I encourage you to get your neighbors to view this and give us their input, because come December 10th, we're going to vote on a budget. All right, thanks for coming. Appreciate it.